What up? It's your boy Kevin E. Farm D, aka Kevin the Refugee, doing my weekly live stream, refugeehustle.com. Can't really yell right now because my mom's in the other room and stuff. But let's do the intro video. Damn, that lag, man. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, so first of all, let me just check to make sure that this live stream is public, because last time it was private and I felt hella embarrassed. Actually, cool. Everything is good. My description is off, but whatever. Just delete that shit. Yeah, man. Honestly, I hope you guys really enjoy the content this week. I uploaded a lot of stuff and it got a lot of good reception. But guys, I just want to let you know, like, recently I've been feeling like a total fucking failure. Honestly, I haven't gotten anything done this week, and it's been a lot back and forth, man. Even like with my family life. I actually went to acupuncturist like maybe on Saturday, and she's just telling me that, you know, a lot of time she still tells that I like stress a lot and stuff like that. And I don't know, part of it is like, hey Setson, what's up? Hey, by the way, let me know if the audio's off, the music is too loud or anything, but I'm just gonna vibe out today. But yeah, she was just telling me that, you know, like I'm at a really stressful period in my life right now where it's kind of like my dad is gone and I'm trying to assume like it's a time for me to grow up. But then there's like my subconscious mind, which is battling myself. And she was saying that, you know, I'm causing myself a lot of stress. But I just feel like it's a lot of things, man. Like this week, I literally felt so burnt out. And I would try to work every single day. But it's just like one of those things where you just like, okay, you tell yourself you're going to do this plan, but you sit in front of the computer, get nothing done, and look at the screen blankly. And then next day you feel hella guilty that you didn't do anything, and you're always constantly playing catch up. And so that's how it felt like last week, man. It was really horrible, you know. And for a second I like really doubted whether if I like am capable of being like a potential entrepreneur, because, you know, like I've never in my life experienced that much burnout or that much, I don't know, not laziness per se. But man, I had all these really negative thoughts in my head, you know, and it's tough. Everything seems good to go. BB says, believe in yourself and the laws of the universe. We are also God and we are also perfect. And though believing in all this, you'll be able to reach your full potential as human beings. And Andre says, it's okay to feel burnt out. Able to obtain the universe's endless and unpotential energy. Yeah, man. I think a lot of it is just like, you're totally right, BB, is you know, that brings me to my next point, because like, I don't know, man. I watched David So's video and I vibed so much with it. And his video was like, what makes you happy? And I was like, shit, man, like, why do I get up every single day? You know, what's the point, you know? And man, I think about like going back to community pharmacy and all that, and I don't know if I really want to do that anymore, you know? I just see how much, or I don't want to do it as intense as I was doing it, because like, dude, I was having hair loss. I should have spent more time with my family and friends, but most of all, I just want to do what I really want, is be an entrepreneur and have more, not necessarily free time. That's not what I'm looking for, but being able to use my time on projects that I think are very valuable to the community and to the world, you know? I know, like, for me, I am not good at certain things. Like, I think, like, there's people out there, Brian being one of them, who are just a lot more, you know, like, they're more embedded in the research and, like, better at certain pharmacy things than I am, you know? Like, if you want a pharmacy channel full of like really in-depth research, probably you're not going to find it here. But what I will do is showcase those people who are really good at that stuff, but just like things like YouTube and teaching people how to invest, man. And I don't know, man, like that is really rewarding for me. And more than that, like I've literally, after having not everything stripped from me, but going back to my basics, I realized that, all this time I was living a really rich life because, my friends still support me. My followers, you guys still support me. And, I'm just very lucky. And I just realized that part of happiness, like sometimes like for me, it just seems like I have my shit all together. But I think at the end of the day, like all of us struggle with that, because we never know the inner mind of someone, and it really surprised me seeing David being like going through this hardship, and I think it's important for everyone to go through it. But man, like in my eyes, David is so successful. He has a successful ice cream joint. He has multiple clothing like brands. He has his YouTube channel, which has like 1.4 million followers, I'm like, man, in my eyes, this guy is so successful and he's still trying to figure it out. But, like I really grounded myself and I was like, man, I was just like, there's a few people that really stuck out to me this week, man. And one of them was Tony from D. I did an interview with him like last week. I'm not trying to plug him or anything like that, but he always reminds me that I have a lot of kick-ass followers like you guys who follow me on all these social platforms and support me unconditionally. And even during this time, I thought like, for a while I was just like, man, since I'm not doing pharmacy at this moment, maybe people won't really like my shit anymore or like my content, doesn't mean I'm not going to do pharmacy for the rest of my life, but just in this present moment, I'm just not practicing pharmacy right now. But yeah, he just reminded me that I have a lot of engagement for a pharmacy channel. It feels great. There's Nova Patra and her husband, who I also interviewed. But like it just reminded me that even bigger content creators as well, like they also believe in me too, which is like, man, that means the world to me, And then like my friend Jenny, she actually shot me a call the other day. You saw her pharmacy opening that I released like a few months later, right? But even she was like, man, like she was like, compared to other pharmacists, you're really good at investing and that you can really help a lot of people and that these pain points are only temporary. And then finally there's like Nellen, the person who's been sort of by my side. Like we're not boyfriend, girlfriend, but we've dated and I guess you could say are dating. And she supports me, man. And she reminds me that like to stop the negative self-talk to myself, that I'm not a shit person, and that I still get to help people while I sleep in Pornhub all day, And I think that's where sometimes I fuck up, is just like sometimes I try to attach like a checklist or a list of accomplishments. If I don't have these, then I'm not happy. But I mean, I think it's just like and like when one of those things isn't checked off, I feel like a complete fuck up. But here's the thing, right? Like I was so blind, man. And sometimes like shit days, depressing moments, like being unmotivated, that's not normally me, but those are part of the journey sometimes. And it's not about what you don't have, but sort of appreciating everything that you do. And for me, it was like my friends, my followers, my family, who still are part of my, like, I consider my rich life, man. And I'm so grateful. Sorry, I just like ranted for like a long ass time. I didn't even check the comments, man. But Andre says, we live in a society where people want you to act like you're supposed to be perfect, but eventually life catches up with us. Yeah, I know. Like, especially in the pharmacy world, I think that's sometimes the danger of professionalism. I think it's very important to be professional, like in certain moments, like when you make promises to patients or make promises to other healthcare providers or anyone, be a person of your word. I was going to say man of your word, but people are hella sensitive these days, but yeah, be a person of your word, and not not intentionally cause any harm towards people, you know? So yeah, but then there's all these like rules about professionalism and stuff, and I don't know, man. For me, I think like in the workplace and stuff, I'm always very professional with people, but I think sometimes people just get it twisted because I'm just a pharmacist that likes to have fun, and just to, like, I just like to show people the other side to pharmacy that, you know, you can have fun and be a pharmacist too. You don't have to be like so freaking serious and unrelatable with people. And I think that, like, for me, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I actually started this channel, was because like I feel so strongly about this that, you know, it's important to show that to our patients that we are people too. You know, we know how to have fun, and that they should feel comfortable coming up to us because we're everyday people, you know? And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like my patients trust me. I feel like the people who watch me trust me. And maybe that's not everyone. Maybe some people get offended by me. But I don't think I'd say I don't do any Logan Paul shit. I don't do any Jake Paul shit. I don't, you know, like, my intentions are always to like encourage people to be who they are and really try to always like better themselves each day, you know? And it's something that I do, whether through books, no fap, investing, whatever, you know? Like, I'm a person who really wants to lead by example, and whether like that's why I do hard shit in life, because I feel like, man, like, you always need to challenge yourself, because once you get too content in life, you sort of take things for granted and stuff. And I think part of the human desire is like not necessarily the goal, but actually the process of getting a goal. You know what I mean? Like, so for example, maybe you're trying to, oh man, I was going to use a dating example, but maybe you're trying to get this girl, right? Sometimes, like, you see it sometimes when they actually get the girl, you totally fall out of interest. But during that whole time, the chase, you know, that's the exciting part. And I just feel like that's the whole thing for like goals, and like being happy too, is just like really putting yourself in through the, not pain, that sounds really masochist, but I mean like really challenging yourself and bettering yourself feels really great. And the more you give to yourself, the more you can give to other people, man. BB says, when you believe that God is the only one capable of anything, what happens is you put yourself in a negative impossible in the mindset in your brain that stops and slows down your brain on a quantum level form, expanding, having out of the box thinking, as that is toward to being perfect. Yeah. Andrew says, hi, Kevin. You know, like, BB, actually, like, reading your like stuff, it makes me it reminds me of that Joe Rogan episode. I don't know if you guys ever watched it. I forgot his name, but he's the mushroom guy with the hat. I need to look it up later. But he was talking about like how mushrooms can act as nootropics and also make you feel very connected to the world. And he talks about psychedelic mushrooms and stuff. I've never done any of that stuff before, but I've always been very curious about it. And I think this guy, he was telling me that he has a DEA license to actually do real research on these mushrooms and stuff. So I just thought that was really cool. But yeah, man, like, Andrew says, you're not a failure. You've accomplished so much. Yeah, dude. So, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even today, I was just feeling like, man, people see that I graduated pharmacy school, like, even with low grades. They see that, they see my PharmD degree, my doctorate, my 6 figs and stuff from my pharmacy manager thing, and they might see a growing YouTube channel, which I don't consider successful, but, you know, like, to me, I'm very proud of it. Okay. But in my eyes, I'm always like, it's so bad, but like sometimes like I'm just like, fuck, man, I compare myself to others, which is like the worst thing you want to do. You don't want to do that, but sometimes you can't help it, you know? And for me, I'm just like, man, I should really like climb up the corporate ladder, do a supervisor position, or maybe I should go do residency or fellowship or do something else, you know? And I know at the end of the day, like even if I chase those things, it's not gonna make me happy, because the perks in life, you can always enjoy the perks of like a certain business. Like, dude, like who doesn't like to have the option to do direct patient care, or to have that extra bonus, or to have more opportunities in a career? Dude, everybody wants that. But sometimes we forget, like, okay, we fall in love with the perks, but that might not make us happy. And if I had to be real to myself, like, honestly, going down that path is not going to make me happy. And I think about like how I, even right now, I want to spend more time with my friends, the people I care about, and I think that makes my rich life. And I think like for the first time in my life, I actually thought about, how much money do I actually need to be happy? Do I need to work a full 40 hours? Should I, like, if I could do per diem, how would that work out, and supplement everything else through Refugee Hustle or through my product and stuff like that? It's been getting me think very creatively. And man, like, seriously, like, all these new thoughts are coming through my head. And I know one thing: if I continue down this road, like the road I was headed toward down, I don't want to say I wasn't happy back then. I was trying to make the most of everything. But I know, like, 5-10 years down the line, like Tony says in the interview like that I did with him, he was just saying that some things are just not sustainable, when you're older, especially when you have a family. I'm just like, damn, I don't want to be that father who can't make it to my son's jiu-jitsu match or my daughter's jiu-jitsu match. I want to watch them choke out people. I want to not coach them, but be there by their side. And I don't want to take out from that emotional piggy bank from what Tony was saying. Yeah. All parts of our brain keeps us boxed into reality with limits to control us. Carrie says, "Hi Kevin, your pharmacy burnup video was so great. I'm very impressed." Yeah, thanks Carrie. I appreciate it, man. Like, I feel like pharmacy burnout is a very real thing, and it's something that we don't really talk about. And I actually shot that video a long time ago, but I just never released it. So if you check the dates, I actually put the date I shot every single video that I post up. And it just happens that video that I posted up was a few months back. But I think it was during a period where I was definitely going through burnout. I just man, it's like, I don't want to say our patients are toxic. That's not the right word, because, like, being a pharmacist sometimes is very rewarding. It like fills your cup sometimes, but sometimes, dealing with I don't know, like very emotionally taxing patients, it takes a lot out of you, man. And I feel like the system right now is just like, it just keeps on taking and taking and taking. It's very difficult. I hope it's not like, I know it's just not me that feels this way, because a lot of us who go into community pharmacy, like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of us have a special gift with people, right? And maybe I'm totally wrong. There's certain pharmacists I know, they hate talking to people. I'm like, oh, damn. But I think most of us, like, we go in with the intent of wanting to help people. But, like, as we get deeper and deeper into it and we get more and more taken out of us, it's tough, man. And we don't do enough to like really replenish that cup, And even for me right now, like, with all this time off, I've learned to really enjoy really simple things, like even a cup of coffee, or just go to the movies even by myself, and just relax and just enjoy a story, man. And like everything from like simple dinners with my mom, or like stuff like that, or friends that came out to my dad's thing, man. That felt really cool, knowing people care about me. Like, honestly, I've really learned how to appreciate the really simple things in life. And from day one, I was never really a bougie person. That wasn't me, and I didn't buy extravagant shit. Like, if you guys ever seen my vlogs in my LA apartment, It's really not that ballin' or anything, but it's just who I am. But unfortunately, the strategy that I was using to pay off my debt, um, you know, like I eventually made more money through my investments and stuff, but man, I understand why some people want to pay off their debt as soon as possible, because there's that psychological barrier where you're like, oh shit, I got to like I just don't want to think about it ever again, which is totally cool. But man, like when I had to start like thinking, do I want to take out my investments so I can pay off this debt, man, it was the worst feeling ever, man. Leonard says, still on NoFap. I'm trying, man. I keep on relapsing. And I just need a better system. I actually wrote a article that I decided not to publish, not this week at least, because I felt like the article that I wrote just now, actually, talking about a lot of what I'm saying right now, was more important, because NoFap is cool and shit. It's trending. It's like, dude, there's a reason why Creative Vane always does NoFap videos, because I feel like, one, he's kind of put this, he's like the expert on NoFap, and it's trending. Everybody's curious about NoFap, because who doesn't like masturbating? Who doesn't like that stuff? But, I just try to do the best I can, sometimes, especially when I'm really stressed. I notice this now. I'm just like, damn, this is my addiction. This is, how some people like eating. Like, this is my addiction, man. I stress relief through masturbation all the time, So, each day is getting a little better. I try my best to sort of get better with NoFap, but man, past the 7-day mark, it's always very hard for me. So maybe you got any tips or any videos, but yeah, I haven't really researched as many videos and stuff, but maybe I should. That's a good point. Everyone's a failure. It's how you respond to failure. That's very true, man. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes you know everything like logically in your head, and there's some days where you have the mental fortitude of like, I don't know, I can't think of something strong, but you have like a lot of willpower and a lot of mental fortitude. But other times, like this last week, I was just down in the dumps, man. And I just realized, like, dude, I wasn't myself. I don't know what was going on. Being not motivated really is difficult. And I don't know, man. Like, I've been having weird dreams too. Not only about like about tough shit, like my dad, partly my dad, partly like all these negative, I don't know, these negative thoughts come out in my dreams and stuff. And I feel like I'm constantly like, it's weird. It's like, I don't know if this is some hippie shit. Sorry if it is, and if you guys aren't interested. But it's like these characters and stuff, these people in my life that were very impactful, that really, like, I don't want to say traumatized me, but they talked so much shit in my dream, and I just feel like I'm always fighting to defend myself and shit. And it's very hard, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping or something, but it's been very hard to sleep as well. There's a lot. I just feel like I just don't have enough time in the day, and it's very stressful. So one thing that my acupuncturist recommended was for me to go on a meditation retreat, which I was like, shit, maybe I'm down. Fuck it. Let's try it, but too bad they're booking till May. I might do one in LA or something, but I think it's a very important skill because it teaches you to be quote unquote present. I know being present sounds like very hippie, right? But what that basically means is, dude, not thinking so much in the past, thinking so much in the future, just thinking about the present moment and what you can focus on doing now. So instead of worrying about all the shit I have to do, just worry about the shit I'm doing right now. And that's the best you can do. And having that focus. But what I also realized too is, like, when I try to meditate, like, because I'm thinking so far in the future or all this shit I have to do, it makes it very hard to meditate, especially this week. I don't know what happened this week, But it was very, 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 very tough for me. Can per diem pharmacists choose the kind of hours they want? Time is more valuable than money. I actually don't know. And as soon as I find that out, I will let you guys know, because I'm probably gonna, if my product doesn't go the way I want it to, which I'm banking on, like if it doesn't go the way I want to, I definitely want to do per diem in a totally new, different career, So, or not new career, but different area of pharmacy, which I think, one, hospitals and stuff are always looking for it. It'll give me more exposure about what else, like, because I feel like for me, I'm very retail or community pharmacy focused. But what other opportunities are there in the pharmacy world rather than just dismiss it? Because whether you look at it or not, I have to make pharmacy an asset. I use it as an asset when I'm doing these live streams, because how did most of you guys find me? Through my pharmacy videos, So I do talk a lot about pharmacy, but like, I think for me, I really like things like personal development, or like really growth, or like books, or like like really nerdy ass shit. But I look at it as like leveling up, man. So oh shit, Nova, what's up? Nova says, I like to use incense to meditate and smell with my breath. Yeah, unfortunately, I left all my incense back in LA. So I have this I don't know what it is. Is this organic? I don't know, Nova. If you're ever in LA, I'll hook you up with some. Like, I have like a bajillion packs of incense. But it was just like organic one, because I know some incense, they dip in certain chemicals, which if you burn, they're not good for you. I don't really know about that, but Andrew says, I'm so sorry if I didn't ask you sooner, but if I could send you a sympathy card. I want to ask you sooner, but I didn't know if it was appropriate. I feel very bad about everything you're going through. If you ever need to talk to someone, you can talk to me. See, this is like the things I'm very grateful for, because I have really kick-ass followers, like Andrew, like you, who like, I feel like I give out to my community a lot, but it's really weird because my community gives back, and it's like one of the best feelings. Yeah, I just messaged you earlier today, Andrew. For everyone that, by the way, for everyone that messaged me like this past week, dude, I answered all you guys. I tried to do as much YouTube comments as I could. I did all my emailing lists. I don't think I got back to Instagram, but I'll probably get back to Instagram very soon. I just been feeling very burnt out with it, and I just haven't been wanting to document my life, to be honest with you. Have you thought about doing remote pharmacy and just working out of your home? I think that's the role I want to go to, so I can travel around. I've been thinking about it, but part of it is like, I just don't know how, And I think a part of this too is going to be exploring the different realms of pharmacy, so I can free up more time. And it won't be so much money focused, because I hopefully can generate more money through Refugee Hustle and other different things, through my different investments. But, like, it's all about multiple streams of revenue. And not only that, but you're on the right track, Patrick, because it's not about the amount of money you make. It's about the time and what you do with it. And shit, my mom's getting older. Her husband my dad just passed away. I think about every single day, I think about how much more time do I have with my mom? That's, you can't replace that. Or how much time do I have with my grandma? Like, I love LA, man. LA is the perfect place for growing and meeting really cool ass people. But at the same time, like, I want to be able to come back and kick it with my mom and like do what we've been doing every single day, like before, like grabbing dim sum, or like, like I could just get to I have to say, being away from, if you like ever, I think one of the things that a lot of us millennials and stuff do is take our parents for granted, because man, it's so easy to get pissed. I mean, sometimes I get fucking heat at my mom. I'm just like, damn it, like, why do you think this way, or something like that, right? But man, like, I was saying with my dad and stuff, like, there's moments where I really miss certain quirks about him. Like, I miss him like beating my ass. I miss him, yelling at me and stuff, only just so I could hear his voice. And sometimes, like, even these days, like, I hear, I don't know, it might be kind of hippie or really surreal or whatever, but I feel like sometimes when I make certain decisions, or like when I'm faced with certain challenges, I feel like he's right by my side. And it's really weird. Like, it happened when we were choosing his gravesite. I just felt this really surreal moment where, like, this is the place, this is the grave, you know? Or like doing the like the funeral arrangements, or deciding to take a break and do my product for once. I felt my dad by my side, and he was like, I felt like this certainty in my life that I've never really felt in my life before, you know? And that's how I knew that, you know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I need to make sure that I like really work on this product and not waste this precious time, and spend time with my mom, spend time with my brother, spend time with everyone that back home that, you know, I haven't seen in 5 years, you know? So, man, like, and I've been just reaching out to all my friends. I'm like, hey, let's hang out. I'm broke as fuck, but let's hang out. So yeah, man. Yeah, but at the same time, sometimes on this path, I feel very lonely. You know, I feel like sometimes I just don't, like, people say that if you want to talk to me about anything, like, feel free to hit me up. But sometimes I just feel like a burden to people. I feel like, you know, that's why I like doing live streams too, because it's very sort of a one way, like, therapy session for me, where I can express a lot of my thoughts, you know? Because even when you talk to your friends, like, I don't know, sometimes it's different, you know? And I just feel like a lot of time I just feel like burdening them, or like I don't really know what to talk about, or like I just feel very, like, very selfish, you know? And maybe that's something I need to work on. I know for me, I need to work on communicating that I need help a lot, because I don't tell people. And you can call me like I don't know, like a martyr. I feel like I martyr myself a lot, man. And that's not very healthy. And I'm trying to get better with the practice of unconditional love, self-love, and all that stuff, man. Um Zamrock says, long time no see. Welcome to the chat, Zamrock. You came at a very interesting time. Some sensory deprivation tank is a quick way to learn how to be present, and you don't even have to try. All you gotta do is stay in the tank. It's also auto meditation. I actually wanted to do sensory deprivation. Hey, maybe I should do that, because I was actually thinking about doing a vacation this week or something, or just do a quick getaway. But fuck it, let's do a oh man, I would be totally down for a sensory deprivation tank, because I always want to try it. You're an incense dealer. Gotcha. Thanks for the hookup, says Nova. Real wealth equals discretionary time. Hell yeah, man. I'll tell you this. What Nova is saying is completely true, because I've been a 6-figure, like, pharmacist, and I've also been a broke college student, and somewhere in between is me right now. And I felt richer being a fucking broke college student than I ever did. Maybe not now, but like, I felt very rich having a lot less money, but that's because I have really kick-ass people in my life. And yeah, man, like, I understand now why so many people, like, strive for to get more and more money. You know, like, on paper or logically, it makes sense that, you know, more money, less, well, as Biggie said, more money, more problems, but you can at least afford to pay your problems out. But I think a lot of those people sometimes, like, not everyone obviously, but sometimes they just numb themselves with money just so that they can because they're trying to hide that sadness, man, of not having down ass homies to kick it with, or like anybody hit up on a weekend night and so they just numb themselves with like work. And I tend to fucking do that too, man. I like, dude, there's a reason why I love work. And I think sometimes like moments like these where I just get to talk and just like vibe out and shit, it's very important for me, man. Leonard was saying, reading RH, haven't been keeping up with you. How'd you lose your job? Oh, okay. So quick story. So basically they found my social media. They didn't like what I was saying. They were just saying that I was doing social media on the clock, which I wasn't. My dad at the same time had his heart attack and was in the hospital. He had to get like a life saving surgery. I just didn't care at that moment to fight it, you know? And so I was just like, fuck it. You know, even if dad gets better, I need to take time to make sure that everything's good. Unfortunately, dad didn't make it. And that's where I am today, man. And I think about how that was really a blessing in disguise, man. And, you know, at the end of the day, I need to take time for myself to make sure that I'm good mentally before I start working again and stuff, or if I have to. You know, I really want to do my refugee hustle stuff and grow that and grow YouTube. And even these last few days, man, everybody's been showing me so much love. You know, like thanks Nova for shouting me out. Tony, if you watch this on the replay, thanks for shouting me out. And dude, there's so many people I can name off, man. It's like, dude, like literally I could go through my phone and just like list all these people that have really helped me so much mentally in the last week, man. And it feels great, you know. But like I said, I definitely need to make more reaching out to people when I'm in like a masochistic, like, what's the word? Degenerative state. Rajav says, I'm a student from MCPSHS, dude. Love your videos. What about industry as an option? Dude, I recommend industry if you want massage Fridays and all that. No, but I feel like there's a lot more business opportunities in industry. I think this week I'm going to take a look at, since I have more time, I'm going to try to get someone that does industry pharmacy on my podcast or something. Find someone that's down, that's willing to talk about what they do. Probably won't talk about where they work per se, but we'll talk about reality versus expectations, just like the video I released today, which I hope you guys liked. I know it's hella laggy. Can't really do anything because my internet sucks ass here. It's really shit. So I'm trying my best, man. I don't really like the layout. I have like this fucking Doraemon ding dong mother bullshit back here, but you know, like doing best I can. It's not my normal setup, but you know, I just want to get kick-ass content for you guys. I don't want to wait, you know. So Madit says, agreed. I'm catching up with family as much as possible. Dude, that's like one of the best things that you can do. Friends and family, man. I think, oh man, I'm not sure if I'll release it tomorrow, but I do have another video edited and I talk about what it's like to have kick-ass friends, you know. And this was actually interesting because I shot this video back like a year or two ago and I just randomly found it recently. But it's pretty crazy how my views about friends don't change. And I talk a little bit about my perspective on friends and how friends growing up were actually more important than my family, you know, especially with my previous relationship with my dad, you know. Hey Kevin, thanks for your time and another great stream. What's your take on the current state of the stock market? You know, I haven't really looked at the stock market. I know there was like a correction or like a pullback or something like that. I haven't looked too much into it. I was reading some articles that were emailed to me and stuff like that, but people were saying like it's due to bonds, which I don't necessarily think about that because they're slowly increasing the interest rate. But honestly, I don't know why the market's reacting the way it is. I haven't been checking the market that much, but I really should because I am managing all my mom's money right now. So I need to look at another good entry point. But also like yeah, I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll do another stream this week about it. Most men don't appreciate their parents. I think like I don't want to say most men, man, but I think a lot of young people don't. I mean, for me, like there's a period when I was like a real brat to my mom, and I think it happens to like equally to women as well. I think it happens when you spend so much time with someone, you know, and it's not necessarily a gender type of thing. Maybe daddy's little girl versus mama's little boy, but I think it happens when you spend too much time with someone, and it's human nature to get really. That's why for me, I think sometimes it's really good to have breaks because it really, like having that pain in your life really connects you to reality and really makes you very grateful for things. I've never been more grateful for my parents and everything until like all this shit happened to me, it's really taken a lot for me to really accept help from my parents and accept certain things from my parents, So it's tough, man. It's weird, man. Like even for dinners and stuff, I just feel like, man, this sucks so much because I used to be one paying for dinners and stuff to treat out my mom, and now my mom's like treating me out. I'm like, fuck, dude. I feel like a fucking bum. But it's just temporary, and I think it's better to leave my investments where they are because in the long term, it's a win-win solution for both of us, and my investments are gonna grow. And if I take it from the back end rather than now where it's starting to exponentially grow, it you don't want to take from a downturn. Rem B1A1 says feels like a sacrifice every day missing away from my family time. Hey man, sometimes we just gotta take care of some stuff, Life doesn't go the way you want it to, as my dad would say. But you do the best you can. Call your mom, Skype with her, teach her how to fucking use FaceTime or some shit like that. But you do your best, and when you can, you see them. And what I realized is like it's not the amount of time you spend someone, but it's the quality of time. I had more quality time I did living in California than I did all my years living in Boston with my parents, I had more quality time with my mom and dad when I didn't see them as much. And some sort of relationships, you need that sort of a little bit of distance, and makes you realize who you really miss and who you don't give a fuck about. No, just kidding. But yeah, it just gives you a good sense of like people you miss and stuff, Always remember, Madit says, always remember that you are not a burden. You always help it raise our spirits. Man, that means a lot, man. Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, Madit, I saw that you reached out to Tony, and I think that's another great thing is like seeing people reach out to each other, like seeing Tony work with Brian, or seeing like Matt work with Brian, or like seeing like this community that is not necessarily, I wouldn't term it my community, but I help definitely facilitate like interactions with people because they recognize each other. But like it warms my heart to see people really collaborate and work together rather than fight against each other and shit like that. Hey, and who knows, man? Maybe one of these days I'll interview Green Day or something. But yeah, man. That would be great. Reality versus expectations for industry. Go, 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 go. Yeah, working on it, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out to some really well connected people. So we'll try to see. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I think a huge barrier for getting guests sometimes is just like people is like judgment from employers, because social media, YouTube is relatively new. Some people are really cool with it, some people aren't. And like I would hate to put so much time into something and have it being taken down and stuff. Sometimes I feel like running from the money hunger society to a more adventurous, family friendly place side, that would never happen to me. Man, it can't happen to you, man. You can always go out in the woods and hunt what you kill, or shoot bears and stuff, eat bears, deer, whatever. Bro, give yourself a break and be with your family, man. I blew up during the exams time. I really needed time to heal. Yeah, I think again, really grounding myself, being like, hey, take some time with mom, just chill with her, just spend some time. I honestly, I think I need some time away from my mom right now too, or my family. I've been spending a lot of time with them, more than I normally do, and I usually spend a lot more time with friends. And I think I need to start hitting my friends up and just chilling with them too, because man, I really miss my friends, because I got really kick-ass friends too. But I also need balance, my product, my articles, shooting videos, all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, those are really good problems to have. Are you considering staying in Mass? Nah, maybe just it's just temporarily, since it is a huge lifestyle change for everyone here. I'm just spending a little extra time, spend maybe up to my mom's birthday, or maybe my birthday back here. I don't know yet. Andre says, I know I'm off topic, but I really like your podcast interviewing people. So refreshing. Hey, Andre, let me know one quick thing. What do you like about my podcast? Or what do you like about everything? And what do you wish, what's one thing that you think I can improve on? Because I'm always looking for both positive and I don't want to say negative feedback, but I just want to be very real and have real feedback, because I'm new to dude, these are conversations that I just have with people normally. I don't really plan the content. I think my best interviews are the ones where I don't plan shit, and I think it's really cool to for Nova's interview, which you should check out, which was monetized and then demonetized and then monetized. Oh my god, freaking YouTube, make up your mind. Out of all my videos, Nova's video got monetized. I was like, what the hell, man? The viral masturbator, her video got monetized. I was cracking up. But honestly, for Nova's interview, I didn't want to fuck it up, and I was just doing so much research on her. I honestly felt like I was stuck. I literally went through every single video. But after I did that podcast, I realized that, it's kind of cool to figure out some stuff and let things progress naturally, as long as we know that we have this cool chemistry and whatnot, this cool vibe, vibe chemistry, or whatever you want to call it. Usually most podcasts will go pretty well, and even for me, I was thinking about doing more chill type of things with people like Brian and stuff, and not always talk about pharmacy per se, because it's really funny. Me and Brian, we actually talk a lot about more than just pharmacy. We talk about life, dating, what's dating as Asian men, negative ass people. But we talk about a lot more than just all that stuff, So yeah. Rem B1A1 says, I've been here for a quick minute. These couple months have just been stressful emotionally and professionally. Just gotta remind myself life goes on, bro. It's midnight, I gotta go. Pieces. You know what? My laptop is about to die. I have 20% on my laptop because I didn't plug it in. But guys, as always, I really had no idea what I was going to talk about on the stream, but we had a lot of people jump in. Dude, I don't know the amount. Let me just check really quick my stats. 17 people streaming for 50 minutes. Dude, at the peak, I had over 25, 24 viewers. So, dude, my channel is actually really growing, especially on Sunday nights. This is kick-ass, man. I love this, And, but, honestly, I appreciate every single weekend you guys come on to stream and just like interact with me, just listen to me talk. And I'm very grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for you guys, man. And I want to say like thank you guys, especially this last year has been really rough. Like everything from, you guys have been there for me. Like when I first wanted a better relationship with my dad to now, man. And even me losing my dad, losing my job, like dude, no matter what, you guys stick through it. And like seriously, you guys are, like in my mind, like you guys are like my family, man. And you guys mean so much to me. And man, I think about how lucky I am in life to have you guys. But yeah, man, thanks for everything. I would say my favorite thing is showing the genuine side of farm, but I would say interviewing people from different fields or people who took a different route from their majors, or like dating advice, lol, experiences. All right, man. Andre, I'll definitely consider that and just have, and maybe like talk about, yeah, dude, I could definitely do that. No problem. Actually, you know what? Sometimes I get really bored about talking about pharmacy sometimes, so it'd be really kick ass. But Andre, let me know in the comments, like after I shut this down, let me know in the comments, like if you liked, like what was your favorite stream so far. Like was it Nova's, was it a pharmacy one? Let me know which one's your favorite one so far so I can dissect it. Anyways, Zamrock, thank you for tuning in. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Love you guys, man. Take care. Peacicles. Bro, go diss some big YouTubers. Big money. We gotta stay positive together, everyone. Make this a better place every day. Palabra full. That's Ras. Alright. Peace, guys.